everyone, it's Marianne again. So just thought I'd update you on my braces situation, and it has been about 4 weeks I think since my second adjustment, which I really apologize because I was having lots and lots of technical difficulties with both the camera and the software and trying to figure out how I could get that. I did finally get a new camera, yay! And so hopefully the videos will look and sound a lot better. So I did get an adjustment. I believe it's been 3 or 4 weeks now, and and so let me just tell you what they did. So first off, what they did is they definitely did a new wire. They definitely did a new wire in the top, and they left the same wire on the bottom. So I have less wire ties than I did last time. Apparently the wire ties are for rotating the teeth, and so apparently I had a lot that needed to be rotated because I think I had 6 or 8 wire ties last time. This time I think I had just like a couple, 1 or 2 here, and then another one down here they added, and so that's a good sign because it seems like most of my teeth now are straightforward, and now we're kind of trying to get them to move out. With my teeth, they may look straight from the front, although they, you can see all my gaps and my overbite situation. The problem with my teeth is because when I had a retainer when I was a kid, let me see if I can do this. My upper teeth are tilted inwards and my bottom teeth are tilted inward. So before this last break, the bottom teeth shifted out because they're a lot. So I know I was also in a deep overbite, so it's kind of like that maybe. Yeah, so it was more like that in a deep overbite. So when they put the braces on, they've got it up like this. So the problem is that the bottom teeth, since they're smaller teeth, they did start to come outwards, and I started having a lot of issues with where do I put my teeth. I think it's actually more sitting like this, sitting like that. So my top teeth really hadn't moved out yet, and so they did do the stiffer wire to try to get them to come out. And ideally what we need to have happen is teeth that look like that. So we got a ways to go. So even though it looks straight from the front, from the side there are some issues. My jaw, you can see, I don't know. So, and then, of course, this is off center. Quite a bit. Gosh, it's more off center than it was. I don't know what they're going to do about that. What a mess. The big problem I was having was at nighttime, I didn't know what to do with my teeth because I only can touch right here. See this? This doesn't really touch, and this tooth is out longer than the other, and it's the only one that touches. So at nighttime that's really hard because my jaws are now in this open position from where they're used to, because they were used to being, closed like that. But now they're being forced to be like this, so my jaw is more open, and so that it causes a lot of TMJ issues back in here, especially at nighttime. I was waking up with jaw pain, neck aches, and the whole TMJ thing. So then they gave me this bite guard. Oh joy, wait till you see this thing. So they gave me this bite guard, and it's supposed to just stick like this. The only problem is I cannot close my lips. I can't close my lips. I tried this a couple nights and it just absolutely wasn't going to work. So what to do? So I remembered that they have these Dentec mouth guards up at the Walmart or wherever, and they have these, and I thought, well, maybe if they're soft enough, they won't hurt the brackets. And so surely they're really nice and soft, and they're just these little rubbery things, and they just kind of sit, if you can imagine, it just kind of sits outside the bracket, but it gives you this to bite on. So if I stick it in, and this tucks down in here so that you don't go and swallow it, which would be terrible because you choke and die or something horrible. So I stick this in, it goes like this. And just kind of sets down in here, and it gives you that to bite on. It is expandable, so you can kind of pull it out or push it back in, and it just goes inside there. See that? The only thing is that my gaps are so big back there that it really wouldn't help me to have it sitting back there, because this is just so thin it wouldn't touch back there. So I just have it up in the front where the gap is closer, and it works really, really good. So I actually haven't had a neck ache or jaw ache in several weeks since I started it. So I'm really, really pleased that I found that solution, and I think it was like $12 or something. So it's pretty affordable. The pain, how was the pain? So yes, all right, do have something to share about that. Okay, so of course when they put the new band in, I did ache quite a bit for about 2 to 3 days. It really wasn't bad. I just made sure we had some Stouffer's macaroni and cheese, and I survived and got through that just fine. And since then, I mean, occasionally I'll have, like the other day I had just some upper teeth pain, sometimes in my jaws, like maybe my molars. You know, you can feel things shift, and so on different days, different things will kind of be a little more achy, but it's really not a terrible pain. I don't mind it at all, because to me it just reminds me that all this is working, and I'm going to get a much, nicer smile by the end of it. The one thing that is a problem, and I have had to put wax back here, is because this gap on this side is so significant, or I don't know what it is. Oh, you can see. But for some reason on this side, maybe because of how I chew or whatever, the cheek is this just soft tissue, right? And when you have teeth that are all closed, that cheek behaves and stays out where it's supposed to be. Well, when you have a gap, the cheek starts to creep in to that gap area. And so I have this permanent like crease in my cheek that goes along here, along that gap. And so then when I do go to chew, guess what happens? I go and bite on that. So that's a real pain in the butt. And so by evening, I've just about had it, and then it's swollen, so then it's kind of hard to close. I got to go, do these gymnastics to get my teeth to close without biting on it. So at night what I'm doing is I'm putting just a little pea-sized wax on the very back bracket, on the top, and then on the bottom, and then I put the mouth guard in, and that seems to be enough so that overnight, any kind of swelling and stuff is going to heal. I know, sorry, this is just kind of gross, but I mean, just kind of settling into the groove with this. I think the novelty's kind of worn off a bit. I still do kind of lisp, and you can hear me make my weird sounds, and that's pretty much it. It's really that initial part is tough. If you can get through that, it does really get easier. I promise you it gets a lot easier and isn't so bad. You just got to deal with it. There's going to be some inconveniences, and yes, and I'm just looking forward to the teeth starting to come out and to see my new profile on how that's going to look, and that's about it. So, all right, well, until next time, thanks so much for watching, and please make sure you like or subscribe, and we'll see you soon. Goodbye.